Hi everyone, today I want to address a topic which is very important to me, and I think this affects a lot of beginners and amateurs of the piano. So it doesn't matter what stage you're at in your piano journey. You might be a complete beginner watching this video, or you might be a pro. I think one of the things that make the piano so enjoyable is that there are challenges on each step of the way. However, there is one big problem going on recently, and it's increasingly becoming bigger, which is what I want to talk about today. The problem is that people, especially beginners, are choosing pieces that are way too hard for them. Let's say you are the average viewer and you have never played the piano in your life. You go on YouTube to your home feed, or you look up some piano music and find some interesting videos. After watching these videos, you're so overwhelmed by how beautiful the music is that you immediately want to learn to play them. Now you have several ways of getting to your goal, which is probably performing this piece either for yourself or for others. First, you stumble across some free apps and software which seems interesting to you. You discover a software called Synthesia, which offers many different pieces and a visual learning method. After a couple of days of trying, you realize that this cannot possibly be the right way of learning the piece, and you give up. Instead, you go over to an online forum and someone suggests you that you learn sheet music. So you do it, and over several weeks you can now read sheet music more fluently and grab a copy of the piece you want to learn. Weeks pass as you sit there compiling note after note together, and you think you're doing a fantastic job. Even though you're technically learning the piece note by note, you don't really have any understanding of what's going on, and we aren't even going to talk about the things like technique or musicality. But still, beginners are super confident at this point. Then you decide you want some assistance, and you go to an online piano teacher, like me for example, and you ask them for guidance. How can I play this piece? How can I improve it? If someone does this, I will probably ask them at this point what they have been doing so far. What other repertoire have you been playing? What's your experience? And this is usually where the dream crumbles. Because basically I tell them it's too difficult, and the reply is, what do I mean I can't learn this piece? Why is it too difficult for me? This situation here happens more often than you'd think. The problem is that many people are looking for that instant gratification and are not willing to put in the hard work that has to be done before. Learning the piano is like learning a language. You can't just skip ahead and analyze poems without knowing how a simple sentence works. Because of social media, the expectations are really high for people to instantly learn and perform the pieces. This is of course amplified by videos like I learned this piece in 3 days, or I learned blah 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 in 5 days. But the foundation that has to be laid before this actually takes years, and in the end it will be much faster. Think about a novice and an expert both learning a piece. What's the difference between the two? The expert has started playing the piano with very easy pieces. That in combination with scales, exercises, music theory and many more things. They organically grew as a person and a musician over time, so that at this point in their life, 15 years later, it's a combination of many different layers, a lot of experience and knowledge. If they look at a piece, even if it's very complex or if it's unknown, they will see many things that remind them of similar passages or similar pieces. Therefore, there isn't really something truly new, but instead it's more like recycled knowledge in new patterns. If we look at the novice who has no experience, no patterns, no knowledge whatsoever, and they jump straight away into the hard piece, they are just going to try to make sense of this jungle of notes and difficult music, which is just impossible. It will take them months or even years to just read through the notes, and again, we aren't even talking about playing the piece in any decent form yet. So what can you do as a beginner? Well, the answer is simple. You want to grow organically. If you try to leap ahead, you will have huge holes in your ability somewhere, and it's only a matter of time until you're going to fall into one of those holes. Lay a solid foundation first, and then try to challenge yourself with harder pieces. Also try to gradually build up your difficulty. Don't just jump ahead 10 levels. Just like when you're playing a game, you also don't jump straight to the last mission of the game. You have to complete the tutorial first. So I hope this has clarified some things, especially if you're a beginner and you want to learn the piano. Please do so, but do so gradually and slowly learn the piano. If you want to book a lesson, head over to my website. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.